My dear friends, welcome to SEKAR classes on Applied Data Science with Python. This is lecture number 175. In this lecture, we will try to understand empirical models as a part of regression analysis. Many problems in engineering and science involve exploring the relationship between two or more variables. We have taken some sample parameter and we have predicted the population parameter from the sample parameter. Your sample parameter may be sample mean or sample variance. In this lecture, we are going to take two variables. One variable is dependent variable and another variable is independent variable. I already discussed about these two variables. Regression analysis is a statistical technique that's very useful for these type of problems where the cause and effect has to be measured. I already discussed what is cause, what is effect, what is dependent variable, what is independent variable. I request you to refer my previous lectures. This model can also be used for the process optimization, such as finding level of temperature that maximizes yield or for process control purpose. If there are many independent variables, we can say which independent variable is more important variable that affect your dependent variable. We will see one example. Table is given. There is a x variable called what is this x variable? Hydrocarbon level, and y variable is called purity. As an illustration, consider the data in the table. In this table, Y is the purity of oxygen produced in a chemical distillation process, and X is the percentage of hydrocarbon that are present in the main condenser of the distillation unit. Now we are going to see what is the influence of X on purity of oxygen. Means influence of X means influence of hydrocarbon level on purity of oxygen. So I have entered data. There is a file known as these particular libraries. We discussed a lot about these particular libraries. We discussed a lot on pandas and Seaborn libraries. This NumPy also I discussed, Matplotlib, we discussed a lot on these libraries. I need not read. We know how to read an Excel file. There is a file, and this is part of the file, reg2.xlx. What does it mean? We are going to see what is the influence of your X on purity of oxygen, hydrocarbon level, influence on purity of oxygen. So I have entered the data in Excel file. That Excel file is reg2.xlx. What is this particular file? Anyway, we will try to understand this particular file. Let me say, I have shown this file. Just see in this one, just I entered these values. Which values? These are the values of my X, that is hydrocarbon level values. This is a purity. These X and Y values I entered in Excel file. That Excel file name is, what is the name of that particular Excel file? reg2.xlsx. This is my file name where I entered data. Now let me say I am collecting data. X equal to, data is my object, data frame I can say, where I can find the values of this particular XLX file. X equal to data of hydrocarbon level. I am collecting that column values in X and oxygen values in Y. PLT.figure, I discuss a lot on these particular things. SNS.regplot. What is this regplot? Regplot means the regression plot in Seaborn are primarily intended to add a visual guide that helps to emphasize pattern in a data set. during exploratory data analysis. Regression plot, as the name suggests, create regression line between two parameters. Between two parameters. This one is important. I will repeat. Let me repeat. Regression plot, as the name suggests, creates a regression line between two parameters and helps to visualize their linear relationship, isn't it? I'm getting I can plot scatter plot because of this regression plot. X is my what is the hydrocarbon level, and my Y is purity of what does it mean? Purity of oxygen, and fit reg equal true means that particular regression plot will be plotted. Even I'm plotting scatter plot. We already discussed what is scatter plot. We know that what is X. X means hydrocarbon level, and NP dot mean X, NP dot mean Y. NumPy, I already discussed about NumPy. I think we discussed almost 8 lectures on NumPy, isn't it? NP dot mean X, comma NP dot mean Y, color equal to green. Just if you execute this piece of code, you are getting a regression plot. Where is this regression plot? Just see this one. This is my regression plot, and what is my scatter plot? This is scatter plot, isn't it? Therefore, I am getting scatter plot between hydrocarbon level and oxygen. So what's happening? Whenever hydrocarbon level is increasing, the oxygen level is also increasing. There is a positive relationship. Suppose if you want to make a relation between quantifying the magnitude of X and how it is influencing on Y, then I should go for regression equation that we will discuss in my next lecture. Just let me show this particular piece of code in my Jupyter notebook. Just let me go to Jupyter notebook. Just see this code, import pandas as PD. These particular libraries I need not discuss again and again. I discussed a lot on these libraries, and I am reading this data into data pd dot read underscore excel, this reg2.xlx file. In X, I am collecting that data. If you want, you can see that data also. Just if you want, you can just let me say like this: X equal data, hydrocarbon level, Y equal to data, oxygen PLT dot figure. Just let me print this one. Just I am printing. I am plotting I am plotting regression plot. Just see, this is regression plot, and because of the scatter plot, I am getting these data points, isn't it? Isn't it? Even if you want, you can display the data. What is my data? Where we collected this data in an object known as, just say this one. If you want, you can just visualize. Just see, this is data, hydrocarbon level and oxygen level, and as well as I am plotting regression plot also. Anyway, in my next lecture, we will try to understand what we will try to analyze. I should go for regression equation that we will do in next lecture. Means, let me say like this. Otherwise, suppose if you want to make a relation between quantifying the magnitude of X and how it is influencing on Y, then I should go for regression equation that we will do in my next lecture. Thank you very much.